Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer, back at you with another video. Fun little episode here. Man, things are getting tough out there. It's this COVID-19 situation. It seems to be getting worse by the day, at least up here in Canada. Right now, you can't even go into a lot of stores unless the person who's in the store comes out one at a time, and then everybody lines up outside the store 6 feet apart. So it's like, you know, straight up Full Metal Jacket style here. So it's pretty tough. Like I said, not all of us have the greatest amenities at home as far as being able to do extracurricular activities on one's property. We don't all have hot tubs here. Speaking of rub and tugs, I mean, speaking of under the table, speaking of the situation, basically, you know, I was talking about this with a friend. There's probably going to be, you know, a lot of contraband happening right now. A lot of people doing, you know, illegal businesses, shall we say, out of their home, whether it's selling goods or, you know, a massage parlor as an example. It could be something that someone's running out of their house. Who knows? But people are, you know, when you get in a financial crisis like this where, you know, we're on lockdown and you can't really go back to work, it sometimes brings out the worst in people. So, like I said, everybody's got to do their part to, you know, stay humble and try to do things legitimately. Don't get yourself in any trouble out there. We don't want to obviously see anybody go down that road. So anyways, everybody, I hope you guys are staying positive out there, and I hope you're doing well. So with today's video, again, not a subject for everybody here, but we're talking about basically your video game collection or divorce. Which would you choose? And I know you guys, maybe you think I'm being sarcastic when I say that. Believe me, this has probably happened before. Maybe not necessarily with video games, but with anything in general. Whether it's a husband or a wife, they may present you with an ultimatum. Listen, you either get rid of, you know, whatever it is that you have, you know, whatever it is that you collect. It's either me or your collection. It's a moral dilemma. What do you do? Like, seriously, guys, this is just a YouTube channel. We're just shooting the shit. But in the real world, you know, again, I'm not married, but obviously when you do get married, let's be honest here, you're entering a contract. You're signing a contract to be with somebody, and it's legally binding. So again, I'm not trying to sound crude here, but just obviously when you get married, if you have a video game collection, you need to make sure that you set the right expectations with your partner going into this, because you don't want to get into a situation where surprises can arise. And look, it's not that black and white. Your partner could be 100% on board with your video game collection, and then later on down the road present you with an ultimatum. But again, the real discussion here, if you're presented with that ultimatum, what would you do? Again, there's not really an answer I can give you other than every situation is unique. Again, do you just get rid of the collection altogether and save the marriage? Or do you put your foot down because you're extremely passionate about video games? And if that means, you know, costing the marriage, so be it. Again, it's hard to say. Like, I have a pretty big collection, but I mean, you have to think, most people that get married, you're obviously in love with the person, and I think that would be more important than a video game collection. So, I mean, if it really bothered your partner that much that they couldn't go on any longer unless you got rid of your video game collection, I mean, I guess you'd have to sit down and have a conversation. Maybe explore going all digital. Maybe selling the physical collection off. Maybe it's just the physical aspect of it that bothers your partner. So it's really hard. Like, I know my collection, I love my physical collection, and, you know, gun to my head, if someone told me I had to get rid of it, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever get married myself. I'm not very good with compromise. I know that's a selfish thing to say, but that's just the way I am. I kind of like how my things are, whether it be in my games room or anywhere else in the house, anything in life, So sometimes it's difficult to, give up your own personal ways and your space and bring someone else into your life, and it's a huge commitment. So yeah, I don't know. Again, if I was married and all of a sudden my partner said, "Listen, you need to get rid of the video game collection, or I'm out tomorrow," like, it's something to consider, I guess. I mean, if it was Brandy Love, well, okay, see you later, video game collection. But seriously, no, I'm being serious here. These are conversations that, although it's awkward to talk about, maybe it is something to consider. If maybe one of you guys or gals out there is in a long-term relationship right now and you're thinking about proposing, or maybe you're newlyweds, or maybe you're sort of getting ready to put all the pieces together. This is a conversation you need to have. You need to make sure, that your partner is 100% on board with your video game collection. Like I said, it's not something that you want to just kind of sit on and then 3 to 4 years down the road, you're given some crazy ultimatum. It's just, a lot of you guys out there too, you've got some, like, my collection's nothing compared to what a lot of you guys out there have. A lot of you guys have older generation, huge SNES collections. You got Sega Master System. You got all kinds of stuff. You got heaps of games. So it's something to consider. How are we doing for time here? 7 minutes long. Yeah, so I think we'll cut it off here. I didn't mean for this to be a long video. I just wanted to sort of open up the dialogue. Again, I'm not trying to make a joke out of it. It is something that's quite serious. A lot of us, like I said, 20 years ago, a lot of us didn't really have huge video game collections. Video game collecting wasn't really as big as it is now. So I think this is, again, something that not a lot of people have been talking about. And I'd like to get your guys' opinion on it. Maybe if you want to talk about it amongst yourselves in the comment below, maybe we can open up the dialogue. Maybe help somebody out there that might be kind of going through this right now. Maybe they're thinking about it, but they're kind of shy to talk about it. So that's going to do it, guys. It's a short video here today. Again, guys, thanks so much for watching. You guys stay safe. Have a good night. Take care.